This is a miracle.
It has all come together.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Awesome. Well, I almost have my piece done, but it's still rendering, so I'll have to send it to you.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be posted in here when it's done, but I think I hit those notes pretty good, but it's still taking
Nice.
forever to render. So
Yeah, I mean that piece already looks decent. I'm just giving some just overall just like notes that could help, but I think it looks
yeah,
good. So whatever
yeah,
you
I think
decide is gonna yeah.
the face shaping that you added on the last one after you did yours, I think really helped. So yeah, that's basically what I did. So I think
Nice.
it looks, those were good notes.
Nice. I'm glad it helped. Um I guess it's Friday night, huh?
I
Yeah.
guess so.
Makes sense. Cool. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. If people hop in, they hop in. I'm gonna go ahead and start with Erin's work. So, Erin, I think this is overall a huge improvement. Yeah, like what we discussed before in the live session and from the feed from it's really quick iteration that you did in this one day. So very nice on that. Um, I think overall we can still try a few things. First is I would love if you have the time to look up some references with similar lighting setup with characters in them, with like human characters in them. And I'm asking that because while this image is great, um, I think it would be really helpful if we can look at something that has similar mood with a human figure, and we can look at how their clothes is responding to the light, how their hair responding to the light, and also how a sunlight will hit their faces, as well as legs and other features. It doesn't have to be animation; it can be live action film, as long as you feel like the overall mood is close to what you're trying to represent here. Um, I think you have a very good base already. It's just having those references will really help us to do like detailed comparison on what we're trying to go for. So I did like quick slap pump again just to see like a few things that we can possibly try. The first thing I did was exposed up the exterior. I think right now the exterior, this new image is working a lot better. The perspective and the overall feeling works really well with this interior. So nice job on that. But just when looking at your current version, it does feel like the sunlight is not hitting the exterior as much. And also for a shot that's exposed to the interior, like what we see in here, the camera lens is exposed to the interior. This shot overall is slightly overexposed. So you can see that the outside, where the sky and these buildings and the ground, they feel a little bit washed out. And that's because we're exposed mostly for the inside, and the exterior will have that overexposed, washed out feeling. So I kind of mimicked that a little bit just with like some color correction in Nuke. But overall, the idea is to make sure that the outside has the similar feeling of being slightly overexposed, since we're trying to focus on these characters. And this will also help us to separate the character against the background. So you can read the silhouette, like they're darker against the brighter background, so you can read this better. Um, the rest are fairly kind of slightly smaller things. Oh, except for this. I think we can probably. I saw that you already changed the shader on the girl's face, and it's really nice. She's not as glowy anymore, and hopefully that also helps with the noise. When something has very strong subsurface, usually that comes with very strong noise. So hopefully lowering subsurface helps subsurface help that. I think we can still further darken the shadow side a little bit. So I was just quickly rotoing some part on his face just to show what I was trying to go for. With these kind of lighting setting, I think we can go for a stronger distinguish between key light and fill light side. The overall shaping is nice. We just probably want a little bit more contrast between where the light is hitting and where the shadow side is. And similarly, I did a similar thing for the girl's leg, so you can see the shadow side, it's a little bit darker. I didn't get a chance to do the arm, and also probably some of the sweater. But overall, I think we can slightly enhance the contrast between where the sunlight is hitting them and the shadow side. And the rest of the notes I'm about to give are relatively smaller things. So you can do it when you get to it later, or you can start making iterations now, and if later on that doesn't apply, you can ignore these. So the first thing I was trying to do was I slightly also lifted the dark in the wood. So where is it? I slightly lifted these kind of darks in here, and the purpose of that is, again, since we are trying to read these characters, these are the main focus of the shot along with the coffee. I want to keep the contrast mostly on the characters, and by lifting these darker wood material, it actually can get closer to your reference, since the materials here are mostly light colored. And also it just helps us to focus on this mid-center area a little bit more. And secondly, I think we can possibly explore adding some saturation in the fill light in the shadow side. I see that you already have some of that over here. I can see that this blue light's over here on this white shirt. But I'm not really seeing that kind of similar hue as much on the other places. It possibly could be the local color of the skin tone, such as these orange sweaters and the orange skin tone can work against these kind of cool light feeling. But if that's the case, we might have to look into the shader itself to make sure that they're reacting to the light properly, so we can get more of the blue light feeling. And I'm saying that because we can see in the shadow side over here, like I'm just gonna look at the shadow right here, it's actually quite a bit of saturated, this kind of cyan blue coming from this sky. And so it feels like this, in addition to the sun, the skylight is also affecting the interior of the room. So hopefully we can add some of the similar feeling, the bluer fill light into the shadowed areas on the walls and as well as on the character. I didn't get a chance to play with that in this lab comp, but hopefully you get what I'm saying. A little bit of that blue sky fill light on where the shadow is. And another small thing, but kind of always kind of help us to ground the character and create a sense of realism, is make sure that the objects in the shot are casting shadows. So for example, we can see that I'm assuming his feet are touching the floor, and if it is, I would assume there's a little bit of contact shadow over here. Like we can see that there's a little bit of shadow touching where the chairs are touching the floor. You can see a little bit of that. And hopefully we can get not just the feet of the character, as well as the chairs and the cups, the plants, everything that's in the scene all have that kind of grounded shadow feeling, as well as on these chairs with the characters are sitting. So that can help us to feel like the characters are not floating off the ground, because a lot of time if you're missing that kind of contact shadow, it feels like their feet are actually not touching the surface. And last thing, these are more subtle notes. This thing I'm going to mention right now is, I think we can possibly explore a little bit of like the gradient on how the key light and the sphere light work together to create some of the gradients on the wall. So in this shot, we can see that where this wall right here, when it's closest to the window, it's a little bit brighter. And then as it goes further away from the window, it's very subtle, but I guess can't really see it too well here. It's actually a little bit darker. Similar thing with the floor, we can see there's a slight gradient across the floor, especially where the window is hitting it. There's a sky fill light creating some nice speck over here. Same thing with this wall over here. There's some like gradients that's happening. So if possible, I think it will help to have the similar kind of gradients from the bright to dark to the sides that has no window. And the purpose of this will be to avoid having large flat surfaces in the shot. So whenever we have these kind of large flat surfaces like these window frames, the floor and the panels, when they are all on the same shader and the light is not creating a lot of variation, in general it creates a geometric kind of flat shape, and it can usually distract us because a lot of times it's not very interesting to look at when they're flat, and it kind of takes away the nice details from the middle of the frame, which the characters are. So in general, when we have these kind of large flat surfaces, we try to create some sort of variation on the values. So it create usually gradients like what we see in your reference, and that will help us break up that evenness across these flat surfaces. So yeah, I think that's all I have for today for now for this version. I think overall just felt like you made a lot of improvement in a very short amount of time. I know you're struggling with reflection in general. One good news is if we are going for a very bright daytime like this, the reflection will be fairly subtle. There's some for sure, but it's a lot subtler, a lot more subtle than like a dark time when the outside is darker and the inside is brighter. So that's the good news, even if the reflection is not perfect because the outside is supposed to be brighter, it might just work out for us. So hopefully that won't be too much of a headache. And I'm gonna move, please let me know if you have any questions over Discord, and it's, hopefully none of the stuff I'm saying is too confusing. And I'll move on to Holly's. And I think overall, Holly, this is a really nice update. I can see that you separate the girl shaping against the back seat, and the boy also got a lot more interesting shaping on his face now. So I think overall this is getting pretty close, especially after you've been working on this for a while. I think we can possibly call it close to finish. I think overall the character is decent shaping. It reads well. Overall nothing is distracting us. I just have I have a smaller minor thing right now, which will be hopefully we can slightly bring back the details that's outside. Right now it's very blown out, and I know you're trying to create this kind of look which is blown exposed exterior, but you can see that even when the shot is exposed for the inside, the outside is bright and very overexposed, we can still see a lot of detail. There's nothing that is really just white, like flat white. The sky has a little bit of grading information, or these houses, you can still kind of read what it is. And I feel like that's probably because something that's tried to improve a little bit in the shot. A lot of the stuff, even though they look bright, they look, yes, definitely overexposed. We lost the detail and the read of what's happening outside. Like, I really couldn't tell what these objects are. So if it's possible, we can possibly bring it down like a stop, maybe even 2 stops on this really bright area, and hopefully can still maintain the bright feeling. And after we do that, we can probably explore adding some light wrap just from the window to the interior of the car to get a nice feeling of it's glowing, the sun is glowing, and overall lift up the movement of the shot. And I was also playing with the vignettes just so because we could kind of have a nice shot set up for it. So yeah, I think overall the shot's come a long way, and hope you're happy with it. And mostly just on the we're hoping to bring back the details on the outside so they can look as nice as the interior of the characters. And let's see, do I have more submissions? Raghavendra is here. Nice. Oh, he just posted. Let me see.
Hi Linda,
Hi Abhishek, how are you?
I am good.
Nice.
Are you able to get time to check my files?
I downloaded it. You know what? Let's just do it. Let's just do it because I downloaded it and then let's see. Oh, sorry. Didn't have that much time today.
It's totally fine. If you can add it in the later on, that will be fine for me. I don't have any hurry actually, because we have some extra time for that.
Nice. Let me
Yeah.
see. I'll try to do it today because um yeah, because I will not be I will not provide feedback. Oh no, wait no.
Yeah.
After this month, I will be taking a break. Oh no, I have to.
Yeah.
Oh, I see
Great.
it. No.
So does that mean today is the last day for you, I guess? No,
Yeah,
not today. Tomorrow, I guess.
yeah. Um. So I will definitely try to look at it. Oh no, what is happening? I don't want Krita. I didn't know Windar actually asked us to buy licenses now. Since when? I've been using Windar for decades and never required a license. Anyways. Extract here. Wow. Remove from my computer. Okay. I'll buy a license later. Anyways. I'm gonna look at Raghavendra work really quick. Previously, HDR image. Do you guys use WinRAR? I did not know it's asking me to buy it right now. I feel so shocked. Like, I've been using it for so long. You're asking me to pay
I
for
switch.
it?
I had to switch to 7-zip.
Oh goodness. I mean, it's fair. I should probably pay for it after
It is
considering
fair, yeah.
how long I've been using it. I just wasn't. It just caught me off guard. It's like, wait, what? So, Raghavendra, let's see. Nice. I think overall we got a lot more detail compared to the previous version in the fill light. Yeah. So Raghavendra, I think we have something that's a little bit tricky. Let's see how we can work this out. So I see that we increased the overall sky dome light, and it definitely helped. But I'm seeing it helped at some places and didn't help on some other area. So overall, I really like the contribution of the sky dome's light on their skin as well as on the boy's skin, and it adds a lot more information in the hair in general. However, it's very interesting that I'm not seeing like an even contribution of the sky dome light. I'm not seeing as much on the boat, nor on the boy's body. It's overall like on the hair, on her skin, on her tail, and a little bit on the boy's cheek. And the part that's on his cheek is working really nicely. This is pretty much going off closer to what I'm looking for. And lifting the skin tone on her also works really well. But at the same time, now it's kind of almost overlifting some of the other areas, like her tail and the net. So, trying to see what's the best thing we can do here. I think overall the boys actually coming really nicely just as the character itself. Like if I just look at this character with a background without looking at a mermaid, I think this is coming really, really well. But right now, the mermaid is not matching the similar lighting with the boy. So we probably have to figure something out either in comp, or we have to look into how we're setting how the changes are made between your last version and this version. I think, yeah. So overall, hopefully, I'm not sure if you know what is causing it. Maybe we can look into why this part of the net got like a lot brighter than the stem itself. I'm seeing almost this like the stem also got brighter, but overall this seems like there's almost like a different light hitting this net. Like it creates all these rim light hitting it from this angle, and also fairly in the white light color, which we're not seeing too much on the boy. And yeah, I think overall the hair actually it's reading with these lot of details reading better. Unfortunately, with the overall sky dome that helped on this side, it kind of working against some of the hair over here. Let me see if I can quickly, let's see, bring down some of this. Yeah, I think this is probably close, if it's even possible. I'm not sure if with the current light rig setup it will be possible. So, like, kind of split the difference between the two. So now we're definitely getting a lot more nice information in the here on the details, but I kind of want to see a little, because also that detail is getting a little bit washed out unevenly. So it would be nice to have some kind of darker core that is kind of following along the nice shaping that we're creating with these lights. And the edges can be a little brighter because the sky will create kind of some kind of wrap light along the edges. Let's see, maybe a little bit. And her face is definitely reading a lot better when we reduce the contrast. Unfortunately, the tail got lifted a lot along when we boost the sky dome. It seems like I kind of wish we had. I think the brighter works. We just want to possibly bring back some of the darker side in the shadow. So like we can see here, the boy has a nice like the key side and the shadow side, and the contrast is very clear that this is the bright, this is the dark. But right now the mermaid kind of the tail doesn't have the same kind of feeling. The tail is kind of overall, the value wise, fairly even. So I'm wondering if it's possible we can just quick, let's see. Yeah, something that's more like this, hopefully. That you can get a feeling of the shaping of the tail, that there is a light hitting from maybe from this side, a little bit from the top, but on the shadow side we still have that kind of transition from the bright to the dark, like similar to this kind of shaping, ideally, if possible. And yeah, we'll have to look into what's causing the net to look much brighter in this area. But yeah, I think overall this has come a very long way. We just have to be really careful matching the black level of two characters, because like I was mentioned earlier, the boy right now looks very strong by itself, but somehow the mermaid doesn't quite match the look that he has right now. And I can tell by looking just like the darks, even after my slap comb, I can still see the dark on the boy is a lot stronger and darker than the darks we have on mermaid. I know the previous note was to make sure that we lift up the overall hair so it's not evenly flat, but you can see that in this image, overall the two of their contrast level is a lot more similar, versus right now, while it's the boy kind of stayed the same, the girl's missing some, the mermaid is missing some of the darks that I'm expecting to see. That's on her body over here, maybe a little bit more on the detail in the hair, just having a darker cord like the boy currently has. So I think it's worth investigating to see what we're doing. And I think the last thing, so my relatively minor thing would be looking into just, we can start polishing the eye of the mermaid. Right now it's a little bit glowy. You can see that compared to the boy's eye white, her eye white is a lot brighter. So if possible, I think bringing it to the similar value will be very nice. And let's see if I darken this a little bit more. That's a little bit closer. But yeah. So but yeah, I think that's really the biggest thing I'm picking on this version. Overall, it's getting really close, but we need to figure out what is the best way that we can do to tie the two characters look together. Because previously they kind of were in sync, now they're a little bit different. We can either look into the lights that's on mermaid, is there any difference, or if it's in the comp, or if we want, if it's the other way around, we might have to lift some of the dark side of the boy to match the black level and overall balance of the mermaid. So please let me know. Oh, you're here. Do you have a mic? It's okay. Yeah, I understand. Not everybody's ready to talk over Discord. So yeah, if you have any questions, just please type in the chat and let me know. And let's see. And since and also if we're going to closer to final polish, after we address the trying to have the two characters tied together, we can possibly explore having some glow and light wrap on the character from the sky. It will be mostly done on compositing just to make sure we pull some of the color information from the background on the character, but that's probably a little bit later on. That's after we figure out how to balance the two characters. Yeah, I think, is this it for today? Hi,
So,
Abhishek.
hey, so are you going to do it right now, or going to do it after the
Let me see.
critic?
Your file, let's see. Your file is can 7-zip do the WinR file, or is it only WinR file?
Uh, no, it's a WinRAR file
WinRAR file.
probably, and in that I have added EXR and nuke file.
Yes, sorry, nuke file. Oh, how big are the EXR? Can you just send me the EXR? I probably don't need a nuke file.
Yeah, but actually my internet is not working right now, so I'm using it. So
Yeah,
I
no
can't
worries.
able to help
Yeah,
you.
no
Yeah.
worries. Okay, let me just look at this later then. This might be easier if I just figure
Yeah,
out how
sure.
to uncompress this file.
Oh, don't you have any WinRAR extraction? Uh, you can't unzip the file?
Yeah, I have WinR and it's telling me that I need to buy a license, which I should.
Oh,
Let me see. Let me see. How long does a license last though? Forever? Is it forever? Yeah, I was not expecting to have to buy winner.
Oh, uh, let me see what I can do for you.
Yeah,
Just give me some time.
yeah.
How
No
much
worry.
time do you have for
Uh,
today's lab? It's night, right, over there?
yeah, it's nighttime and I have to go back to work later possibly. Work is kind of quite busy right now. But let's see. Let me see
Yeah.
if I can buy winner. I probably should buy anyway. Why not? These hardworking programmers wrote this nice program for us. Should probably pay for it. Yeah, but you don't have to wait for me if you don't want to sit here and watch me unzip your file.
Yeah, no problem. I can wait. It's just the day has been started for me.
Oh, nice.
I think I am ahead of your times. I am from the future.
Nice. Cool. Wee. Let's see. Okay, I bought it. It's processing. This website looks so 90s. Am I actually being downloading a virus? Oh, it's been registered. Hell yeah.
Congratulations.
Yes. Extract to. Okay. Where is it? Oh, jeez.
Are you using two screen setup, Linda?
Hmm? Sorry, I didn't catch that. What was the question?
Are you using two screen setup?
Bluetooth setup?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am. Is there a reason? Is it bad?
No, no. I just changed my setup to two screen, and it's really amazing.
Nice.
I'm enjoying it.
Extract to download. Extract. Okay. What is happening? Sorry. This is not, it's not popping up on where I extracted it, so I'm very confused.
Can I help you if you can show me if there is any issue?
Yeah, I'm opening Winar and I'm telling it to extract to my download.
Just open the folder and click on the right click and you can directly extract it.
Extracted.
Open the folder where you have the file.
Where I had the file?
Not from the here from my PC.
From my PC.
Yeah, from this PC or the my PC, whatever it is for you. Where the file is downloaded, no? Just go to there and you can directly click on the right click and or you can just drag and drop the file to the folder
Oh,
over
hold
the
on. Let me
file.
try. Drag and drop the folder here.
Yeah,
Cool. Nice. Ah, this
yeah,
is so much easier. Thank you. I didn't know about this. Awesome. Yeah. Cool. Oh, interesting. Cool, cool, cool. So I'm gonna do a constant really quick. That is just faking it as a background. Pick a color. Probably too saturated. What's the default? So many formats. What's this one again? 1280 by 800. Oh, duh. 920 by 800. Where is this? It must be one of. Why is everybody rendering different format? There it is. Cool. And pick a color. Let's see. I'm just gonna pick this color. Be a little darker. Okay, I'm gonna pretend this is our nice guy. So now we can see that this is, does it have Z? Z, dub Z. Can't remember which is the key. There's one hotkey that I press and it will connect all of them together. Don't remember which one that is right now. What did I do here? Oh, I still have the color sampler on. I think, yeah, what we need to do is grade this quite aggressively, and also possibly using the Z if I could view it. Still too much. Yeah, these units are very high, so we have to multiply it like all the way down like this. So now you can use Z as a mask, and let's see, let's start gambling it. Oh my god, I keep forgetting to unclick this. I'm so sorry.
It's okay, it's okay.
So sky, plus it. So we can start grading this like according to our need, based on the Z. So we have a pass here. The fog pass overall is really thick, and we want to have some control of that. So one way for us to do it is to use the Z to grade it. Let's see, multiply it. So now you can start to see that we have the fog control of the foreground. The background is still a little bit thick, but we can just use this to bring this down like an overall level of like fog, and then use the Z to control the fall out, like how from the foreground falls into the background. Like instead of this is kind of hard to control because it's kind of all evenly casted. If we combine it with the Z, you can have a little bit more control on the grading, on how the fog should look.
Okay.
Yeah, does that help? I'm not sure. I didn't
Yeah.
explain what I was doing, but hopefully the idea is.
No, but I understand what you are doing.
Mm-hmm.
I think this will help. I will try it out.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, and
Yeah.
yeah, and yeah, I think that's
Uh,
really it. Mm-hmm. That's pretty much it.
and you told me about that the last feedback about specular on that girl's cheek. I had done also that. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I was not able to upload a file yesterday, so I missed it. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, anything else you want to say in
Let me see. Where was my?
US, I guess?
Yeah, I think we're really close in general. Wait, it's not this one.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, I think overall we're really close. Yeah, just the. Yeah, and I was curious about this specular over here, whatever this is. And if we cannot figure it out, we can always just fix it in comp.
You mean to I should remove it, that
Yeah,
one?
yeah, the specular, because it's kind of, she doesn't have anything else that looks like this on her, unfortunately. So we can just take this specular out, color correct it to green, just to blend in with the rest of the tail better.
Are you telling me about the net or the girl actually?
Uh, this part? Can you see my? Oh yeah, my screen is sharing.
Oh, that blue one.
Yeah, this one.
Okay. Yeah, I will see what is going on with that part.
Yeah, and I think overall everything else is looking pretty nice. And yeah, do you? Is there anything that you feel like you're kind of still not sure about?
No, actually, I'm pretty happy because my this was my wife's idea, actually.
This
She
is your
suggested me, yeah, she suggested me to do something like that, and she is very happy,
nice. That's awesome.
and I'm happy with that. Yeah.
Yeah, and let's see. Yeah, um, and I'm not sure if this is something that I'm not sure what your current sky is. This is choice of your sky.
It is the same sky I have. It's a
Mm-hmm.
background plate actually I have used.
Background plate. Okay, yeah. I think the sky overall. I like the choice of the Starry Night. What I really hope is if we can find a higher res version of similar sky night, that would really help.
Actually, the sky resolution is higher, but actually, I used some ZDAP. That's why it's become blurry.
Ah, okay.
Um,
Yeah.
I can control it if you want.
Yeah, I think
I can
it
mount it down.
Skyres. I think the resolution problem I'm seeing is not actually on the star itself. The stars are fine. The resolution that I'm seeing is this. Can you see the blotchiness? Like here?
Okay.
Yeah. So
Uh,
overall, the star I think looks okay. They don't look super low res. But the overall, like, some of the gradients, like, these part looks okay. I can kind of see these are, like, stardust clouds. But the blotchiness come from these kind of you can see like the little pixelation here. I'm not sure how well you can see on over.
yeah, no, I can see some square thing is
Yeah,
going on.
yeah. So that's mostly the feeling I'm getting that the resolution is not nicely detailed like this one, like the nice rock we have.
Okay. Yeah, I can change it whatever I can do it because the sky is given to me actually by
Mm-hmm.
J Lopez.
Nice.
I don't know you had to talk with him or not. That's why.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah, but I can see what I can do over
Mm-hmm.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and thanks for the big help over the fog actually.
Yeah. Of course. Of course. That's yeah. I'm glad I can help out because sometimes it's just like you have the stuff but you don't know what to do with it, and it's really just like so close. You can feel it. But
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, I think that might be it for today. Um, I do know that I will be. I can probably reply some questions tomorrow online, but I know next month there will be a new guest coming in. I mean, Kwon is gonna be great. Um, so I'm sure you guys can learn a lot from him as well. But I know that Raghavendra was asking me if he can keep in like how he can contact me after the class. You can put it on Discord. My disclaimer is my work is really busy right now. I also have some personal life changes in May, so if I reply, it will probably be a significant delay. So sorry about that. So
Yeah, it's definitely fine. We understand.
yeah.
And yeah, hopefully I will not able to join tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Probably already we can start it. So
Yeah, I'll probably just do a written feedback if anyone have questions,
y-
and but yeah, hopefully this has been
yeah,
helpful.
th- yeah. Thank you, Linda,
Of
for your
course.
time. It's
Yeah.
been amazing time.
Oh, thank you. You guys have been amazing. I can't believe like I know this is hard work. Being a student is 100% a full time job. So looking at you, all of you, like making iteration, submitting feedback, it's really nice because yeah, seeing all the progress is really really nice.
Yeah, thanks, Linda. It's been really helpful. We appreciate it. It
Yeah,
was
of
awesome.
course. Yeah. well, that's the case. I'll probably see you guys around, and hope you guys have a good rest of the weekend.
Thanks. You too. Bye, Linda.
All right, bye.
Yeah. Bye, Linda. Happy weekend.
You too.
Happy weekend.
See ya.